Hey, good morning, guys and girls. My camera is not working, but hey ho, it's not about me. You don't need to see me this morning. So anyway, in this video, I want to share with you a real powerful tactic. Now, when you're sending, when you're doing any kind of ads, the most critical, if not one of the deciding factors whether it's going to work or not, is where we drive people to. So when someone actually clicks on the ad, and sometimes we get it wrong, sometimes we get it right, and it's all about being what we call, basically being dynamic, and don't not let it run away with the spend, and sort of realize that 4 months in you haven't had a phone call or a lead form or anything like that. So in this video, I want to share with you a little bit of a tip. I don't want to take too long on this video, but I'm going to draw something out. So stay tuned. So why should you be using Google Ads? Well, not to keep repeating myself, people still use it on a day-to-day basis. Over 60,500 searches for the term estate agent near me, and 40,500 searches for the high-level keyword, I need to sell my house, i.e., how much is my house worth? Okay, so that's my justification why you should be using Google Ads. Now, what usually happens, if I can do a doodle on this, so I'm going to come... So let me see whether I can do this on the fly. What usually happens is we've got a goal. So we want a valuation. So we either want a phone call. Okay, I know that's a traditional handset. Or we want a form. So we want a name, email address, telephone number, property type, and that sort of thing. Okay, that's the goal. Okay, how we get there is either by doing direct to call ads. So this is obviously in Google search. So just to let you know that, this is me being a bit of a hand drawing, but this has been at the top of Google. So when anyone looks in local estate agent near me, okay, all our ads are basically pushing people to either make a phone call or to drive people to a form. Okay, so what we recently did, which I'll show you the results in a few moments, is that typically we would drive our search ads. So we would be at the top of Google. Okay, so excuse my drawing here. So this is top of Google. Okay, so we're at the very top there. Someone clicks on the ad. They go to what was, in this case, a valuation tool. I won't give you the name. We just drove people there. And let me show you the results of that. Okay, so we drove people to a name, email address, telephone number. There was no navigation. There was no success stories or, team photos and that. These typically work really well. But for this agent, it became really difficult. So what I'm going to share with you, and this is, again, it's just all about keeping an eye on the numbers. So then we become adaptive. Now, we didn't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. We actually tested this. Now, this is behind the scenes of the campaign. So obviously I can't show you the ad or anything like that, which is what the typical, show me what they're doing, show me what their ads are. I'm not going to show you the ads. The ads are, very private. So anyway, this bottom campaign here. So these are the ad campaigns. So we've got top, middle, and bottom. The bottom one here, which is obviously clearly paused at the moment because we obviously identified that there was an issue. So we had, we'd spent £66.99, so let's call it 67 quid. Okay, per click, it was costing us. This was for people who were typing in, how much is my house worth? Okay, how much is my house worth? Value my home. Okay, these are really what I call ready to go keywords. Okay, we had a click-through rate of 13%, so 13.13. Okay, which is really good because then a click-through rate is basically the people that see your ad that click on it. Okay, so it was engaging. Okay, and we were at the top of Google, like 60% of the time. In fact, 87% of the time, if we look at the data, if we look at scroll across here now, I've got to be careful here, showing too much information. But basically, we had 13 clicks, each click cost £5.15. So we spent 67 quid. Okay, but we had no phone calls or no form fills. Now, this page here is the form fill. So yeah, and it shocked us. We were like, what's going on? But I think because this was a relatively new brand, it was a new agency in town. They didn't have the credibility of a big national, a more established brand. So what we did then is, let me go back to the Death by PowerPoint thingy. Okay, so what we did is we basically swapped out this. Now, I usually push that methodology because what the typical estate agent's website is, it's all about you and like the team photo and that, which, all right, fair enough. When someone's looking for a house valuation, how much is my house worth? Give them what they want. But I mean, we spent 70 quid nigh on, so call it 70 quid. So we weren't prepared to spend another 70 quid to find out it didn't work. So what we did is we drove people to a landing page now, and on this landing page, we drove. I won't get rid of this now for speed. What we did is we basically got a landing page welcome. So get your house valuation here, and there was a big call to action here about booking a valuation. Okay, that's it. This was all above the fold. 62% of the traffic was coming from my mobile. So it was like straight away, get a valuation, no messing about. The nav became a hamburger nav here. So it was really, really tiny. But again, we got the result by going a little bit left field, because on this video here was testimonials. So it was almost like nicking off what the onliners do. So we had a video testimonial here, case study, book evaluation, that was it. And then obviously people went, either phoned the office or filled in that Valpal page now, or a similar tool. It wasn't Valpal, by the way. So, well, I know them, the good guys there, Rob and everyone like that. So sorry, Roy. Let's have a look. So I'll show you the results that we got over a few weeks' time. So by doing that, we've got a couple of campaigns going, really a couple of ad groups going for people that are looking to say, how much is my house worth? Is a different keyword in a different ad than we would have someone going to an ad. Now it gets a bit complicated here, and I'm getting into the weeds of it, but I wanted to share with you the results are of going that route, which is a bit of a softer route. We've had, what's that? 18 form fills here and 6 for this office here. Okay. We generated 1 phone call, okay, so far for that campaign, because there was a telephone number on the ad and stuff like that. But this goes to show that people don't really want to speak to an estate agent. They want to just they want the baby, not the labour pains. They don't want to be sold to. They want to sell their house in a nice, easy, effective way. Ask any questions if they want to. If they want to speak to somebody, there's a telephone number on the website. But also, what's a really interesting point is that obviously we'd spent 70 quid and got no results. So now we're getting results. It's for one office, it's costing less than a fiver, and the other one's costing less than 20 quid. So really, really interesting. It's all about being adaptable. This is why I say, like, Google ads and any ads really, whether it's YouTube, it's still the same principles, YouTube, Facebook, anything like that. It's where you drive people to. And the common mistake that people make is that if you're just going to drive them to the homepage where people can get lost and stuff like that, then make sure that homepage has got a big, excuse my French, big badass big button on it saying book evaluation. Make it so obvious, and make your ads all about selling your house. There's too much of this middle of the road, best estate agent. We're looking for buyers, tenants, sellers, and that sort of thing. So yeah, a bit of a tour, a little bit around a client's account. But I wanted to share with you, by being adaptable and being like really keeping an eye on the numbers, you can make this a success. Obviously, it's a search engine. So when people do search, when people do look, and obviously when we're seeing stats like, where's that gone? When we're seeing stats, and it's Google stats as well, and search, and when you speak to people, they'll like, just Google it. So people do go to Google to look for estate agents. Obviously, it's clearly said that you know it's it works. So yeah. Anyway, as I said about 20 minutes ago, I'd make this short and sweet. So that is it for today. Lesson over. Have a good one. Take care.